Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Thank you for checking us out tonight. We have another show full of the hottest topics everyone is talking about. Remind you over Facebook, X, IG, TikTok. And please go to our YouTube page, The Stephen Knight Show. Please subscribe and comment and let us know what you think about our topics. Make sure you register to vote. We have a very important election coming up. And this is Mental Health Awareness Month, so make sure you know what you can for your mental health. I know I have a therapist, which I've had since 2016, 17. And, it's really helped me in a lot of ways. Um, Family, how y'all doing? How was the weekend? I know Chike, we'll start with Chike because Chike had a birthday on the 17th. Chike, how did you celebrate your birthday?
So a series of things have been happening leading up to my birthday,
Mm,
and it's all about me being surprised. And you can't really surprise me. I'm not a
yeah.
person you can really surprise. However, these upcoming weeks, I've been getting surprised like all up in the wazoo, and she's a part of that.
Yep.
On Friday, they surprised me and they took me out to dinner, and I seen some people that I haven't seen in a very long time. It
Wow.
was a very, very good time. Thank you, Linnea Love, for being such a dear friend. And yeah, the message from me, because my resolution time is now. It's my birthday. That's my annual refresh,
Mm-hmm.
and it is expect the unexpected, and be open. And with faith and guidance, everything's gonna be all right.
Awesome. I love it. Well,
I
happy
like
belated.
that.
Happy belated. Ladies, you do anything good over the weekend? I know, Linnea, you were helping Chike celebrate. Anything else that you all did?
What did I do? Oh God. I no, I actually watched my mom. So because my brother's birthday was Sunday.
Okay.
So I watched my mom. Other than that, I didn't do nothing else outside of drink with that one over there on Friday night. And I wasn't responsible this time for the foolishness that was happening.
I didn't move all weekend. I didn't move all weekend.
It really? Because I felt it the next day. Ooh, yeah.
It hit a little different after half a century, just a little bit.
It's different. What about you, Brittany? You do anything?
Yeah, me and my girlfriends, we got together and we did like moms and our friends, like our mom group, we did a little dinner at Little Alley Steakhouse, right? And so we tried to reserve the Mother's Day weekend for our actual family. So we did it after and just celebrated each other as women and as moms. And, we try to get together and have our little like girlfriends group. And so get this, y'all. We had brought our own cake to the steakhouse, right?
Mhm.
And like STK in some places will just charge you to cut it
Right.
and then distribute it. But we kind of like did a little like research on how we've done this in the past. They be holding on to the cake after they bring your pieces out. They'll take it to the back, put it up. Do they ever give y'all cake back, the full amount of the cake back?
Yeah.
They didn't give us the full amount. They said we only had a little piece left. So we took it like the waiters was back there eating our cake.
They were throwing down. Yep.
Yeah.
They were throwing down.
Yeah. So we felt some kind of way about that.
Ain't no way. I don't play TK. I tell you, I don't play about something that I paid for.
Right.
And I ain't never been nowhere where they charged you, because I've heard about that now, getting charged like a cake fee or a cutting fee. Now I've heard of now we've gone somewhere and we had to BYOB and we've had to pay like a court fee. But listen, I'm good for getting a big bag, and I put everybody, I cut it up and put it all in some packaging in my bag. Don't play with me.
Yeah, they'll charge you for bringing in a public steak to their restaurant and cutting it up and serving it to you. And they won't cut it up in front of you. They'll take it to the back, cut it up.
They want to eat the rest of it.
Yeah. Like they brought her little thing out and she was like, can I have the rest of my cake, please? And he was like, it's only a little left. She was like, I want that though.
Well, I went to a restaurant called Poor Calvin's out here. I'd never been there before, but the food was amazing. But here's the thing: so the chef owns the restaurant and will not change anything on the menu. You can't, substitute this, put this on the side, none of it. But the only thing he would do, because I've developed a seafood allergy, so I had the Korean ribs, and they had collard greens, and macaroni and cheese was lobster macaroni and cheese. But they would take the lobster out. But that's the only thing. Nothing else they wouldn't, because he wants it the way it is. But everything was great. But went there. Then I went to the stage play of The Preacher's Wife. That was all on Friday. And Loretta Devine, she plays Whitney Houston's mom in the movie, and Amber Riley plays Whitney's role, Julia. And the whole cast did a great job. The only thing I did not like about the play was they didn't sing not one song from the original soundtrack. I guess they didn't have the rights. But Loretta Devine, watching her in action was like, that was probably the highlight, because she is hilarious, and she's in her 70s, still killing it. She sounds great, but it was good. So then Friday, Saturday, we kind of turned up at his birthday party. It was like a day party, which was great because I was home by 11 o'clock. But happy birthday, Nathan! Shout out to him. Had a great time there. But anyway, let's get into these topics. So the question of the day is, what is the pettiest reason you wouldn't date someone? I know you're in a relationship with Nia, but what would be a petty reason?
Can you circle back to me? Because I don't know.
I know it's been a while for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about you, Brittany?
I feel like I'm the petty queen. I feel like that's a setup for me. You got me stuttering. I don't know. I don't have a lot of reasons. If I don't like the way you dress, like, yeah, I have an issue with that. Like my girlfriend pointed out, she was like, "Girl, he got a lot of Tommy Hilfiger," and it's probably from like, I don't know. Your teeth, your hairline. Like if your hairline messed up, that's an issue for me. Like I have a lot of reasons, and so yeah, if you younger than me, I won't date you. I won't date you if you're shorter than me. If I can't wear heels with you, I can't. Because, yeah, if you got feminine ways, I don't like no man that is like, that's real, like, in the mirror longer than me. Yeah, I don't like that either. Like, so I got a lot of reasons. I could go on for days.
Right. I think you answer everybody. Chicken, what about you?
So I've learned over the years to minimize those things, because at the end of the day, it is what it is, and all it is what it is, So I think if you are unable to speak up for yourself, like, don't send your friend over to come talk to me. I might talk to the friend, but I'm not going to talk to you.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one.
Mine is someone that talks me to death. Please shut up. I can't stand to talk. I'm sorry. Linnea, you think of anything?
Bad breath.
Yeah. That's an instant.
And burning my nose hairs. You can't. No.
Well, tweet us.
I got another one.
Okay.
What about a guy that's taller than you and his nose be dirty? Like you look up and you don't clean your nose. That bothers me.
That should.
That would bother me.
So your nose and if your hands your nails are constantly dirty, that means you're not cleaning.
Yes. Or Linnea, when you go over their house and they toilet nasty.
Nasty bathroom, I can't do it. One thing.
The bottom of the toilet gotta be clean. The base of your toilet need to be clean.
Oh, this is not about a romantic situation, but there was someone at work. I saw this lady, and she had really long nose hairs. I went to Tweet us at home. Let us know what's the pettiest reason you wouldn't date someone. Stephen Knight Show is his show. All right. Well, Friday, CNN released the video of Diddy assaulting Cassie from 2016. Prior to the video release, he had been vehemently, denying ever assaulting her and the other victims who have come out since her lawsuit that he settled the next day after the lawsuit came out. On the video, it pretty much is the scenario that she pointed out in her court case, where she said that he had become extremely intoxicated, punched her in the face, and gave her a black eye. When he passed out, fell asleep, she tried to escape. And so you see on video her walking barefoot to the elevator. and he comes running out with just his towel on, grabs her by the neck, throws her down, kicks her, picks up the item she had with her and kicks her again, and then proceeds to drag her back to the room. And we also see on the video him throwing what people have said a vase at her. And so he took to social media on Sunday, and he accepted full responsibility. He said he was very upset by it. He was upset when it happened, and that he has sought out therapy, rehab, and he's committed to being a better person. Well, most people are not buying it because they said, well, you've been denying this up until the video came out. And allegedly he paid $50,000 to have that footage removed or given to him. So I saw a video today where Cassie's friend said that he needs to stop because if you felt horrible about it at the time, was that the last time you did it? And she said it wasn't. And she said that Cassie would tell her about the situation. She knew about that situation. Of course, a lot of people have had a lot of opinions. And for the most part, people have really been rocking with Cassie and showing support. But then I saw Miss Parker, who used to be on the show. She made a comment about if anyone is defending Diddy, that she's going to block you. And I didn't see people that weren't, and then until today I did. And they were saying Cassie got what she deserved. She was only in it for the money, et cetera, et cetera. What people fail to realize is when Cassie met Diddy, she was 17, he was 37. And so, they're saying, why did you stay with him for over a decade? That video, we see her trying to escape and him running after her, throwing to the ground and beating her, dragging her back to the room. But I'll ask you ladies, you saw the video, what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on the apology? I'll start with you, Syleena.
The video was rough to watch. It's hard to know what someone's mindset is at that moment in time. Even though there's no sound, he did seem rageful. I wish he would have taken the steps because the elevator is what got you caught. Because taking the steps, you know what I mean? Like that would have, but I know in those situations, because most likely they were on a higher floor.
Intercontinental in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, they were on a higher floor. So would he have ran down those steps in that towel? But he had to have been out of his mind to have run out of that hotel room with a towel wrapped around him. And I did see the rest of it where the same hall he ran down and he got her. The rest of that tape is him dragging her back. And then he's like sitting.
And through the...
you can tell he's kind of like going off or whatever. I don't think that he's sorry. He sorry got caught. And from my understanding, that video was one of the things that they found during that raid of his home. If you paid that much money for that video, right? Why not just destroy it? Why not get rid of it? Because the narcissistic in you probably watches it every so often, just to get a little thrill from it. I don't know. I'm just guessing and surmising at this point. But there was also something like, because people were like, well, he didn't even mention her name. There was something that they said about per their settlement.
He's not allowed.
Neither one of them was to mention their names in public. So that may be the reason why he didn't mention her name in that sad ass non-apology that he gave. He could have kept that, but I was tickled in some of the comments relating to, oh, that nigga, is that the Bali setting?
Is he in Bali with Russell Simmons?
With Russell? I mean, outside of that, I don't know how you come back from this and you're not genuine, and there's a super duper history. I don't know. I mean, hey, Kelly Price, leave it alone, boo.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Cause people gonna be people, and you might want to leave that alone.
Mm-hmm. And people are calling for the open case up against Kim Porter, who died from pneumonia several years ago. She's had people come out and said that Diddy beat her too, allegedly. Brittany, what are your thoughts? He was seen walking around Miami Sunday after he released that video, smoking a cigar with some friends. What do you think about when you saw the video? Because for me, I did believe Cassie because the fact that they settled so fast, but seeing the video, it did something else to me. What are your thoughts?
I felt like I had a lot of thoughts. So the video was quite disturbing. I felt like the hotel security saw the video, and I felt like they should have spoke up a whole lot sooner than the person. Like, because I do know when a domestic disturbance is called, if the police or the woman doesn't want to press charges, the police has the authority to take both or one or whoever into custody. And so for security to be watching the footage and seeing a woman get beat and not call nobody, not bring it to anybody's attention, and just never mention the footage until the woman decides to speak up, I felt like that's a disservice to people, to humanity, to your job. And I also feel like I had an issue with LAPD's response. They were saying that it, due to the statutes of limitation or whatever, it's been too long to press any criminal charges against him for this incident, right? But Bill Cosby, even though it's not domestic disturbance, has been charged for something that happened in 1908. I felt like that was so wrong. Like, if he can get charged, Diddy should be able to get charged. And just paying somebody isn't enough, because clearly he has the money to throw millions at it, thousands of dollars at it. How is that a consequence if he can afford to do that? You're not hitting somebody that can't afford that. Like Tasha K and Cardi B, she really could not afford that, and it's really damaging her. So I feel like Diddy has the money to pay whatever fines they want to give him. So I feel like the consequence is not severe enough, and that the statute of limitations or whatever the LAPD issued was a miss. And then I felt like Diddy's apology was a miss. He definitely could have did way better. I feel like he was trying to force himself to cry. He was talking about how he hit rock bottom, and then I saw comments like, "How you hit rock bottom and you rich, and how you hit rock bottom and you dancing all over the place during COVID and doing dance parties, and how you hit rock bottom and you get to be out in Bali and on vacation and traveling the world and on yachts with Young Miami." So I just feel like his rock bottom don't look like rock bottom, and I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. So Cassie had something to say. Mace has come out against Diddy. Diddy has had so many people. What's that group he had on Making the Band? They came out and said some stuff. Assistants have come out against him. Like, he has had so many people say something about his business, how he runs business, his issues with women and things like that. And I just believe where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did see an interview with one of his assistants on Friday, and she said that she worked for Diddy, I think about a year while he was with dating Cassie, and she said she never saw anything. She never saw him being rude or nasty or anything to her, but she said she was not surprised when she saw the video. She said, I don't know if it was the woman intuition, but I believe that he had that in him, which I thought that was. Chike, what are your
And I
thoughts?
think that's another thing. All older men prey on younger women because they can control their mind. So it just be like, for them to say like why she stayed with him at 17, and you with an older man that can pay your way and can do all of this and make and break your career, where else you feel like you're gonna go? And I feel like that's not fair to her.
Yeah. Chike?
So I want to address some of those people that are like rocking with Diddy first. There is a fraction that is true of people only knowing him for one side of him or not knowing that other side of him. And I could see some people being indebted to him for starting their careers. I get it. However, when you hear the allegations and then you see the footage, you have to say to yourself, what's going on, at least. what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for the prayers for Diddy, because he seems like he needs some help. But I'm not buying this video, this apology video, because if it was real, it would have came out before all of this. It's a weak, stupid, dumb PR stunt. It's very obvious. And I think that there's more to come. And if there is, Mr. Sean Combs might want to just totally come clean. But something else tells me that it's bigger than him. And if he comes clean, it's going to implicate other people.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to Fonzeworth Bentley?
Right.
He's around.
Hmm.
Well, he was on our show, our first season, and
remember that, Steven? And
and
remember his people told me,
we could not ask about him.
Yeah, do not ask anything about Diddy.
That was one of his requests. But listen, if you or anyone you know is in a domestic situation, there is definitely help available. You can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The number is 800-799-7233, or you can text BEGIN to 88788. Definitely get the help you need. There is help. People are dying in these situations, so definitely do what you can to save yourself. All right. Well, President Joe Biden, he spoke at Morehouse commencement over the weekend, and it was full of twists and turns. Traditionally, the commencement speakers are awarded honorary degrees, and Joe Biden has become a member of the lineage. Earlier, the valedictorian called for the immediate ceasefire in Gaza during Biden's speech, and some students even turned their back. They had been protesting some people had been protesting him coming to speak, but it seems like the protests were, no one was yelling out or saying things like that. They just turned their back to him. But he was received well overall. What are your thoughts? Because Morehouse is a historically Black college, and it's a male college. And I saw a story on the news Friday where in Michigan, this reporter had gone to Michigan and saw that the support for Black males had decreased for the Democratic Party because they believe that their vote is taken for granted, and that people just assume they're going to vote for the Democrats, and Democrats are coming to speak to them. They're not, trying to win their vote. And so the anchor on the show asked the reporter who was doing the story, is the Republican Party reaching out to them? Are they going to their areas? Are they talking to them, And then I saw something where Cardi B said that she's not voting for either Trump or Biden. She said that the Biden administration misled a lot of people. She doesn't rock with Trump. And she said that she doesn't want her vote to have anything to do with the next 4 years of this country. And she believes that the local vote is most important. Me personally, I think that was irresponsible. My thing, if you decide, and she said anyone can vote for what they want to, but if you decide you're not going to vote, keep it to yourself, because people died so that you did have that opportunity, the option. But what are your thoughts on all of this? The Gaza, the war in Gaza, that's why the Morehouse students, some of them were protesting. But Black men overall, as the numbers have decreased significantly for the Democrats and the Biden administration. I'll start with you, Chike. What are your thoughts on all of that?
You can either get with this or you can get with that. The choice is yours, but there's consequences to each side.
Mm-hmm.
You have to decide what consequences are you willing to pay.
Right.
I'm not willing to possibly be in chains again. I'm not willing to do that. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's what the one side is looking like. I don't want to be in a pen, locked away, told where to work, what time to work, what time to be home. I don't want to do that. I like it compared to anything else. It's not a beautiful thing, but how we're living right now is pretty nice compared to living in a pen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or as the Jewish people once had numbers tattooed on them,
Right.
No one wants to go back to that.
Mm-hmm. And the two Biden and Trump have agreed to 2 debates at least. Trump is pushing for 5, but people think it's very smart that Biden has agreed to these debates, but they decided it will be crowdless because Trump feeds off the crowd. He likes to overtalk you. They want the mics to cut off when you're finished. He had a list of demands, and it's not going to be a traditional debate. And so, but people think this is smart because, people are concerned about Biden, is he alert enough? Does he have the energy? And this will show, hopefully, that he does have this. Linnea, what are your thoughts on all of this?
As you mentioned, it was very irresponsible of Cardi B to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do, but you have a platform. And you know that the world that we live in, people are super duper impressionable and have the attention span of a gnat. So to put that out there like that was very irresponsible. 2, even though I can give 2 rats patooties about Amber Rose.
Oh,
she said she's voting for Trump.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are surprised because she's a white woman first before anything. And she's only after her own self-interest. So I'm not sure why people are surprised at that. And 3, to Chike's point, it's a scary thing when people have fought so hard for us to get to this point that slowly but surely they're reverting back to what Chike mentioned. And if people don't realize that, I don't know what could possibly make you even see that, because I saw a clip of a bunch of white people and they were like, oh yeah, I want a dictatorship. Yep. Do you even know what that means?
Right.
I don't think people really understand what a dictatorship means, especially for your quality of life. And if you think that dictatorship wouldn't apply to you, boo, you are the lowest on a totem pole. So if you don't think that would apply to you, you're sadly mistaken. So it's scary. And what is it? This year is the first time that every seat will be up for election, or at least a majority of them be up for election. This is the first time in a long time or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna need for y'all to go vote and get out and vote.
Absolutely. Brittany.
I think that okay, so a few things. I do think that I don't know if I would have necessarily agreed with Joe Biden did he get the honorary degree from Morehouse?
Yeah, he got it.
Or was it? I just don't know, because it's a HBCU. I just don't know about how I feel about that. I do think that our spaces should be limited to our spaces because they're HBCU for a reason. So for me, it kind of it don't sit well with me. I thought that the way that the valedictorian and the other people handled it was very classy compared to the other protests. I do like how you can feel a certain type of way or you can protest, and it doesn't have to be dramatic or big or cause graduations to shut down. I did see somewhere that Biden said that he was having he had halted the shipment of weapons to see what they were going to do about entering a city. I don't know. I think the administration said that it had not been finalized, but I do know some news stations were talking about how he did halt a certain amount of pounds of bombs or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think that was very recent, but I definitely think that regardless of whoever you feel, whether it's Biden or Trump, I definitely think vote for an independent person. Just vote for somebody. Don't just withhold your vote. And I also feel like I am very happy with the fact that they're gonna do the debates the way they are. I feel like Trump and Biden, the last time they had the presidential debates, it got real petty, real drama. People were talking about your children being on drugs and all of this other kind of stuff. And I just felt like it was not enough about what they were going to actually do for people. They were so much worried about slander, and Trump was cutting people off, and the mediator was having to like tell people, let the person finish talking. I just felt like it was very Real
I had to
Housewives
ask him to
of
shut up. Remember, kept talking over him?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a mess. It was a mess. And that's all people were talking about the next day. Well, he said your son was on drugs at this, and it was a lot. So I do feel like this might be a better platform because I do think that Trump does feed on like having crowd and outbursts and like dramatic statements and stuff like that. So I do kind of like this platform a little better.
He did say over the weekend at one of his rallies he's gonna encourage or ask that Biden has a drug test, because they said when he came to the State of the Union he was all pumped up and he was like, who was that? Trump is a mess. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, find out what Jasmine Crockett is saying about her clapback to Marjorie Taylor Greene. And then also a mother, she is upset because she sent her daughter to school with dreads. She came back with braids. And ABC execs are questioning DeMarco Morgan over his fitness outfit. Right back after this.